In the last video, we looked at utilizing usernames, passwords, and then we telnetted from one switch back to itself just to prove that we could do it. Now we want to look at utilizing a more secure transport method, because remember, telnet sends things in the clear. So if somebody's able to capture the packets that are going across, they'd be able to see your password. So a more secure method of that is secure shell SSH. So secure shell uses encryption. So one of the things we're going to have to do is create an encryption key on our device. So we're going to go back to our original switch here. And my username, remember, was CP pass. We'll go enable. And again, if we do a show run, we have nothing here about SSH. Now the thing is, before we can create an encryption key, we need to make sure we have a not a username, but a host name that's not the default host name, and a domain name. So we're going to go ahead in here and give this thing a host name. So we're going to name this switch1, and we're going to say for a domain name, IP domain name, and we'll just call it localcorp.local. Okay. Once we have those two items configured, we can now generate a cryptographic key. So we go crypto and then key generate RSA, and there's no other options after that. Just hit enter, and it's going to ask you how big is that key size. I think SSH version 2 requires 768 or greater. So let's just go ahead and make this 1024. At this point, that is created our crypto key. In real life, it takes a little bit longer than that. It's not that instantaneous. Alright, so now we need to tell the system what ports we're going to allow that on. So we're going to go line VTY 0/4, and we are going to do transport input SSH. And let's see what else we want to do. Alright, that's really it. Let's just go ahead and come out here and we'll do SSH. And we tell it the user that we want to do, and it's CP, and that's it. We'll just go with that, except for 192.168.0.1 to tell it what system we want to SSH to. And so here we get prompted for that user's password, which, if you recall, was CP pass. So there I SSH'd back to myself. And just to maybe a little confusing, so to make it a little bit more clear, again, this is from switch 0. Switch 1, the other switch. So if you notice, the host name is still switch. If we do SSH, mine is L, CP 192.168.0.1, and again, my pass, CP pass, and there we see we're now on switch 1. I guess the other thing we should mention before we finish this one out is you can enable a different version of SSH. So if we get in here and we do IPSSH, we have the option of specifying the version, and that would be version 1 or version 2. And again, you can also identify the number of authentication retries. So if somebody types in the wrong password, how many times are you going to let them retype in that password before it just kills that connection? So if we say 2, after those 2 times, the third time it's just going to disconnect. And then let's say the timeout, and that's going to be in seconds. So that's somebody being idle. How long until SSH just drops that connection? So let's just say 30 seconds. And those are just some more options when you're configuring SSH. So there you go. That's it. That's configuring all the options for SSH. And that's it. Thanks, guys. Bye.